Yeah.
I mean, if you have something on the coast that's needed to get to another dungeon, to get another item to go somewhere else, like you want to start see chain reactions get built up. So I will admit, though, I like getting the wood sword for free in this flag set. Just save a lot of trouble.
And that's, again, like everything else I mentioned, that is another vanilla item that you're going to get as vanilla locations. So runners are generally, with one exception in Imasoc, everyone else is heading over to cut into where level 3 is. We know it is level 3 today. Again, they're in their vanilla locations. It's just shuffled around. So you're going to come in from the left side and go down. You're not coming in at the bottom of the dungeon.
Bombs for everybody going to level 3.
And we have
they need them.
We have Dodongo food.
Actually, Imasoc's going to pick up some bombs pretty quickly in level 1 too, so everyone's armed with explosives to get going. These are the vanilla dungeon shapes, so if you know what the layout of these caves are.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, but we know that Aquamenus is home today. We know Aquamenus is home today in level 1.
Aquamenus is there, but I think there was a locked door moving up through that central column of the eagle. So without that, you can't really go anywhere. Sea Falcon, though, does find a heart lying on the ground in level 3, which might be helpful.
We already have our first shoot in level 3.
Ah, shoot. That heart for Sea Falcon, though, besides the obvious, it's good to just have more hit points. If the white sword item does become a required thing, you might need 6 hearts. You might only need 4. You never know, but you need to get there first. This being Vanilla 3, there are no transport staircases. We know it's an item, and what an item that is!
Wow, that's a good item to find in level 3. Now, level 1 does have the advantage, and going back to level 1, speaking of that one will give you 3 items in the dungeon, whereas level 3 will only give 2, but it is closest to the start. It is a good place to go to start. So, and it's a good place to find a really necessary item. The silver arrows absolutely are needed to finish the game and kill Ganon. So,
just a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, finding silvers in 3 is really good. Sea Falcon found the heart, hasn't found the silvers yet, but he'll be happy when he gets there. I'm kind of with you, though. 1 is usually my first option just because you get the 3 items, but going to 3, besides being kind of a normal route for a lot of people, they know how to get there, it takes you in the direction of the graveyard and the Armos item, or at least where it probably lies. So going 3 first is a great idea. So Sea Falcon here finds his Triforce in level 3. He's going to go back in and find the other item. Good.
Yeah, I was going to say that Sea Falcon was the first of our runners, and Antlers found it but hasn't picked it up yet. Going to keep looking around himself instead of... because he's got full life, so he can still look around a little bit if he wants to. I think he's going to go back and pick it up now. Yeah, there it is. And Ice Blue also picking it up.
Yep. Imasoc having also picked up the silver arrows a moment ago. So everybody's having fun in level 3 right now.
Imasoc is over on the right side and still has to get to that top section where the Triforce is. The reason they were checking that room to the left is because it was the only room to the left, and they were able to go back and get the Triforce after realizing there was nothing there.
So X-Ice Blue on his way to level 1 now, armed with a key, so we'll get to see an extra room. Let's see what level 1 has.
Extra room.
Sea Falcon claiming the silver arrows. Everybody's going to be really happy about that, because now we don't have to worry about buying wooden arrows at all in this seed. We're not going to get locked out by that half of the Goma equation.
Yeah, at least we have half of that. Now, the bow could still be in a very nasty location, buried, somewhere in 33 rooms of pure torture. So, anything can still happen to cause Goma to be impossible to kill for a while. If Goma is locking something, that could still be important.
Antlers checking out that first shop. I didn't quite catch what was available there, but that shop contents, that's going to be available in a few spots on the map.
I did see a very expensive item when I look back at it. I don't know if that was our blue ring shop or not, but I missed the exact items too.
I think I did see a blue ring in there. Useful in case we do run into a lot of combat heavy situations to be able to, take that extra damage if that red ring becomes hard to find. Of course, a lot of the top runners, more experienced runners, are going to be more accustomed to completing the game without the extra defense. These Pulse Voice, though, they're killable enemies, technically, but with the bubbles and those BMO statues firing fireballs around the room, you're really killing these, hoping you get a key. Sea Falcon, armed with an extra key, goes further into the dungeon.
I think it's about 5 sword swings to kill a Pole's Voice without the arrows. Of course, if you have any arrow, even the regular arrows, just slice one through and it falls apart instantly.
Yes, X-Ice Blue killing those Pole's Voices in vain. Sea Falcon continuing into level 1, finding more keys, and just moving right along as X Blue is moving towards level 6.
Notice the heads up play from Antlers avoiding the bombs there. He has 7 bombs. He knows the maximum bombs is 8, so he's not picking up the bombs, not wasting the pickup, just in case he finds he has to use a bomb or two somewhere up here. So Antlers is going to plan to come back for those bombs if he needs them.
Yeah, Arrow Shop next to Armos has meat in it, and we don't have an Armos item. We have a... So that means the Armos item, whatever it is actually hiding up in the Lost Hills. The Armos item here switching with whatever cave we saw in there, so it's always worth it to go in that cave, even if you know it's not going to be an item. Whatever's in there, though, might be helpful. In fact, it might be the rare shop if you're playing one of these seeds, in which case that might be your candle.
Yep.
So Ice Blue into level 6 while everybody else continues tearing through level 1.
I don't think we've seen a lot of information on the secrets yet. I think we've picked up a couple for Antlers. I'm assuming they were both medium-sized secrets because he has about 68 rupees right now.
It's a good total. X-Ice Blue wanting nothing to do with level 6 is going probably towards level 2 along the coast.
Getting confirmation medium secret was 32. Thank you for that in chat.
I'm looking back to level 1 now and being disgusted by this Wizrobe infestation.
Yeah, this is... Wizrobes are one of the nasty salmons to deal with when you don't have a lot of weaponry. In fact, when we played the Swordless tournament earlier this year, we obviously didn't have the sword, which is necessary to kill Wizrobes. The only option we had was using bombs on them. And when they get beefy and you have to use bombs, they can be expensive to kill.
That's just ugly. Sea Falcon taking a death in level 1. Antlers actually found a heart container on the floor in level 1, and Ima sucks. He's a triangle on the floor in level 1. Right in the middle of that room that's just full of torture. X-Ice Blues. Go ahead.
I was just commenting that Antlers is working his way through one of those Wizrobe rooms, going through a blue-green room right now. See if I can find the Rupee boss. And a fun fact about the Rupee boss, if you were to find it close to the start of a dungeon, you can use that to farm rupees. As long as you don't leave the room, you get to keep the money and that room resets.
Sea Falcon also gets a bow on the floor of that Rupee boss room. Bow hiding out in level 1.
Ooh, we found a bomb upgrade. 113 rupees. Can't buy it yet, but it's in level 1, so we need to remember that. Looks like it's in the upper section in that room where the bow is usually located.
X-Ice Blue checking out the small secret Armos here. Might just have the wrong Armos from the level 6 trip. Also, that coast item is just a heart. Nothing fancy out there. Sea Falcon just staring at that Triforce for a second. I think there were bubbles in that room with the Triforce. In that case, the enemies would not respawn, which is really helpful to everybody. What is under that Armos?
We're going to find out right now. That was a recorder, it looked like.
I think it was the recorder. The color of the recorder just blending in with the sand. So it was kind of difficult to see.
And he's also near the level 5 location, so he may go to check that out in a second. But first, going to stop in here and get some health. See if I can getting his level 1 Triforce.
All of our runners up to 5 hearts at this point, so the white sword item, whatever it is, looks very attainable. Ice Blue is going to go towards level 2 before going up to level 5. Both of them kind of here on the east side of Hyrule. Of course, once you go to level 5, it's on the other side of the Lost Hills, so you're kind of stuck there.
Indeed. If you're going to leave the Lost Hills, you have to go down and then go to the left. You can't get out. Or, yeah, the left. You can't get out any other way.
Ooh, I'm a sock getting Pac-Maned by the blue Wizrobe. Just stuck in the maze. The combat in level 1 just looks downright awful. I would not want to be in there.
That room Ant was just in, Sea Falcon's in it right now. You have to go around a spike room with blocks everywhere and just basically dance around to try and find the Wizrobes and get around the blocks to get them. That is not a fun combat room.
Yeah, we've seen the bow, and it looks like Antlers has it as well, because Antlers has the silver arrows equipped.
Now,
I'm a sock actually also just picking up the bow.
Notice that Sea Falcon, by the way, reset that room after killing the orange Wizrobe. He left the room with the blue Wizrobe still alive. I see it. I'll get to that. He left the room with the blue Wizrobe still alive, went back in, the orange Wizrobe regenerated, the blue one was gone. So that means the blue Wizrobe was not the primary enemy in that room, which is good because that's a really tough enemy at this point. And we just found the ladder in level 1 for Antlers.
I was just going to say, you found 2 items in 1. There's only 1 left. You're kind of hoping maybe with all these Wizrobes, all this chaos in level 1, maybe it's not an important item. You can kind of get away with leaving it behind. And naturally, that's always a recipe for it's actually the ladder. Yeah. It's something really important.
Of course, when you have... Oh, there's the rod.
Wand in 2.
Yeah, the rod. Yeah, the rod is in 2. I was going to say, just until I saw that rod.
Key in 2.
Key in 2. Wow, right next to each other. So rod and key are in 2. Our tracker's going to be busy right now. But I was going to... Before I saw all that, I was going to comment that with the ladder being in 1, of course, the blue Wizrobes are going to be in a dungeon guarding one of the most important items for you to have to get around in a mobile fashion and also to get that item on the coast.
Yep, Triforce in 2 for X-Blue as well. 2's cleared out pretty easily there.
We found our blue candle.
Yeah, that's always how it works out. So at this point, really the raft is our last at-large required item. We know where the rest are. Of course, X-Blue hasn't explored 1 yet, but has the any key now. That was the key block early on, or one of them.
Sea Falcon did find the blue candle at the forgotten spot, by the way, so he has knowledge of that now in case he decides he needs a candle. Congratulations, a Zelda is you.
And getting that candle important, of course, because level 8 is under a bush. I'm a sock not happy with this bunch of Lionels on the way to level 6, barely escaping the sword beams, which do 2 hearts of damage. That would have been a death going all the way back to start. Don't want that.
That is a vanilla Lionel screen as well. That's one of the screens I hated when I was playing this game.
Nice blue here. Very nice job kind of using that slightly off hitbox to get into the white sword item, which takes either 5 or 4 hearts. We've got a red candle. So if you check here before you check level 8, you get a free candle. Of course, like we were saying before, you have to walk all the way back around to get to level 8. Although with the recorder, if you did 2 first, you're good. Dark Nuts in 6, though.
Yeah, Dark Nuts are not... The red Dark Nuts especially are not that bad of an enemy. The blue ones are, of course, harder and are more likely to nab you. But the red Dark Nuts are fairly benign as long as you have a sword, which they get right away in this version, in these plague sets. They're usually not too bad.
Still a little annoying, especially with only the wooden sword. We got a heart container pickup on the floor in 5 as well. That wand that Ice Blue has will do 2 points of damage if you just bop the Dark Nuts with it. The extra offense from the rod will be nice. Goma in 6.
The old man wants to live in 5 with Link. That's kind of creepy.
Ugh. I mean, we were talking about being on the top of the mountain earlier. I don't know about that. Antlers does see the Triforce on the ground in 6. Wants to... Is he going to keep going?
So you see Sea Falcon, obviously, is that bow and arrow on the Pole's voice. That shows just how quickly they die. They die with 1 arrow.
And enemies like these like-likes. What like-likes have, like, 10 hit points with a wood sword?
9.
Yeesh. Silver arrows, worth 4 stats.
They like taking punishment, those like-likes.
Ugh. Just pour the puns on those pancakes.
It's all to like Link. Oh, death for Ice Blue. Gleeok got him.
See Falcon using the little block clip trick hide inside the blocks where the blue dark nuts can't get you. The only problem is you have to wait for them to come to you now, and they don't like to do that all the time. I'm seeing that let's live here together old man now. Ice Blue is not happy about that. So it looks
So we have a Goma in level 5 that can be killed, except the Ice Blue doesn't have the bow yet.
only one without the bow. Antlers has ventured into level 8. Interesting because it does have 3 items.
Oh, that is a locked door behind there. Now, it does require the ladder, so killing the Goma won't really do anything anyway because there's nothing in that room. So you don't have to worry about that Goma in any way.
Pair runners in 8 here. Antlers finding a Patra. What are you doing here, Patra?
Everyone's favorite insect is here. All hail the best insect.
Antlers wants to see what's in the staircase. You never know. It might be an item. But Patra with a wood sword, not fun.
Not at all. Those bugs are, for being bugs, those little incessant flies, they are unnaturally strong.
Patra's coming right for him.
Yep.
Able to dodge one hit, but I don't think the second one's happening here.
Sea Falcon did get the level 6 Triforce, our second wire, to do that.
I'm a sock. I feel like just met a mugger. I didn't see exactly what happened there. So that would
He just found the Triforce room. I didn't see the mugger.
It was just before that. And Antlers can't get into that staircase.
Antlers is probably going to come across that mugger eventually too, but of course took the death first.
So Ice Blue just found the compass in 5, so we know where it is. He's on the right path. Looks like he's looking in other rooms though. Probably still has not found both items as Sea Falcon picks up that coaster. Antlers going into the dark room of level 8. Shoutouts to last night's weekly. Finds a book though. Don't really want that book out of 8. Don't really want the book ever. Well, the book and these seeds can be useful actually. If you're having trouble finding a candle and you already have the wand, that is another way to burn the bush down, but of course we're already in 8, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Is true. It does take it is a little different to line up because otherwise it'll fly right over, but you can definitely burn the bush if you can get the candle or the fire to land there.
I'm a sock, kills the wrong Patra, gets it stuck in the sort of expanding and contracting ring pattern. Can't get into that staircase.
Antlers does get the kill in. He's going to get to the staircase, clipping through here. There it is. Quicker than going around. That staircase has a red ring!
That's a much better item.
It's a good item. So that red ring, for those who are not familiar, that will provide 4 times the defensive capabilities that Link already naturally has. So if something gives you 2 hearts of damage, you're only going to take half a heart of damage from it now.
Sea Falcon opting to take the potion here at this Take Any Cave. Already up to 6 hearts, so he knows he can get the white sword item no matter what.
Sea Falcon is back around the Lost Hills area on the right side.
Finds the recorder.
He just found the recorder, so he's going to pick that up.
Just wants to reset those Armo statues so he doesn't have to dance around them all.
Exactly, or have to take pot shots from trying to grab the recorder. Maybe go into the secret spot to grab the money as well. That's no, he's going south. Never mind, he's not doing that.
Already has the cave secret at least, but not going up into the northeast corner. Gonna go into level 2, which we know has a magic wand for offense and a magic key for, well, opening doors.
Yeah, not really offense or defense.
Great utility item though.
Exactly.
Solves a lot of the level 9 problems having that thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of locked doors in level 9. Having that thing when you're low on keys to start with is good.
Have we seen items out of level 5 yet?
Well, we just found a heart container.
It's an item. XX Blue, despite not having any rings yet, doesn't want to get more hearts. It does take a long time to walk down there, admittedly.
Yeah, that's a bit of... I want to say that's kind of like foolhardy bravery, because you don't want to take the time to get the heart. But being low on health, you have to be confident in your low health skills running the game in order to not get that heart. That's why I call it kind of foolhardy in that sense, because you're taking the bravado route of not picking up all the health you see, but you're not going to have access to magical sword. You obviously has enough for white sword, that won't be a problem, but you won't have access to magical sword later in case you were to get it on 10 or 11 hearts. It might be worth it to pick up the health, but you have to be very confident not to.
I feel like it's more foolhardy to fight the Gleeok.
Oh, the
Of course,
Gleeok
it does have a
Triforce.
He had the compass, so he knew it was there.
It appeared right under his feet. It was like a Y-force.
He knew the Triforce was in that room. We just couldn't see it, and while we were too busy focusing on why is he fighting this thing. We did see the mugger in 8. It's asking for hearts or keys. I don't think anybody who's seen it has the any key out of level 2 yet.
Yeah, it looks like Ice Blue might be the only one who has that any key. So Sea Falcon is in level 2 right now. May come across that. I don't think our other runners have been in that dungeon yet, have they?
I don't think. Which dungeon? With 2?
Yeah.
Ice Blue's been in 2, and I guess Falcon's the only other one to go through 2.
I don't think Antlers.
Yeah, Falcon has both items as well. The Sock and Antlers went to 8 first, because 2 and 8 and 5 to some extent as well are kind of all right there on the East Coast.
So I'm a Sock getting his Gleeok kill prize.
I bet they all are wishing they went to 2 first, because killing these Patras with a wood sword, I mean, they're proving it can be done, but the magical rod would have made it that much easier to do.
Indeed.
Sea Falcon going to find out that the white sword item is just a red candle.
Yeah, so at least that's going to be a nice red candle for, getting into level 8. But, and having 4 Triforces done already, this might not be a bad thing for him. I think he already bought the blue candle, didn't he?
I'm not sure, but we'll find out.
He picked me up now anyway, so.
You got a candle now. That's all that really matters.
Yep.
I'm a Sock discovering the disappointment that is level 8's book. Moving on. So, at this point, the question is, where's the raft? We have basically every other item you might want to get. The white sword's kind of the last utility item standing.
And when there's one last item left to get, it's usually going to be in level 7.
Yeah. We have the recorder, so we can access it, which means, it has to.
That's just a meme, by the way, so it doesn't actually mean it's always going to be in level 7.
Yes, that's true. We're talking about level 7 from the perspective of what is it, 33 or 34 rooms of pure torture.
33,
it's awful, and I've seen way too many of these tournament seeds because it's using the vanilla level 7 map where you start on one of the extreme ends of the lizard head jaw. It's not pleasant.
No, not a fun trip.
So naturally, things tend to end up in the worst possible place. Level 8 has Lord Banana.
All hail Lord Banana.
I'm a Sock not picking it up.
Yeah, except for Amasock, who refuses to hail it.
It's bad karma. I don't know. Sea Falcon running right through that room with the Gleeok, which we know has a Triforce in it. Sea Falcon presumably looking for the other items in 5, which, at least one of them is a heart container.
And Antler's making his way around the Patra into the staircase. Going to come up on the other side. And I don't remember what's on the other side or if we've seen it yet. Let's see. Nope, just some Gibdos on that side.
I'm a Sock picks up the rod, is going into the room that we know has the magical key. Ice Blue also just grabbed the compass out of level 1. Is going to be much better equipped to take that room out than our runners earlier were. It doesn't make it any more pleasant.
Sea Falcon picks up one of the hearts from Level 5. Now, we don't know if the second item was a heart. I don't remember offhand if we saw both hearts there. We still don't have any other items marked there, so I'm inclined to believe that they are both hearts.
And chat is telling us they are both hearts.
Chat is confirming that. Thank you, chat.
Ice Blue about to get that triangle out of level 1. I'm not sure if they... Oh, no, he just shot arrows at the Pole's voice, so he must have the bow.
Yeah, he would have to have the bow if he's shooting arrows. That means he was... that he did clear out level 1 completely, because he also has the ladder as well.
So at this point, our runners seem to have picked most of the same dungeons to clear out. Antlers is in 2 now to finish the job there. So Ice Blue is going to be the first one to start investigating something new at this point, and he's walking towards level 6.
We always like to see new information when you're in the booth here, because that gives us more of a broad scope of everything. So we're going to get to see what is in level 6 for the first time. I thought we saw some runners go in there earlier, and they just got stopped trying to go in. So
and we saw a little bit of 6.
Yeah, we saw a little bit, but they didn't get very far. So I'm trying to remember what was blocking the way. I don't remember offhand. We will see in a moment, though.
Yeah, I don't remember at all. I want to say Gomez might have been involved, but it's probably much more likely Keys.
Well, there was a key needed right away on the entrance, so there is one good hint for a key.
Yeah, but we saw this. We saw the Dark Nut room, because that's when we had our Dark Nut conversation. Armed with this, the magic wand here, going to do 2 hit points of damage, 2 shots instead of 4. Much faster work of this room, so we're going to get to move along a little bit faster here. That extra exploration level 2 is going to work in Ice Blue's favor.
And Ice Blue investing the time to kill the Dark Nuts, getting absolutely nothing out of it.
I think there was a bomb drop in there.
I didn't see a bomb drop.
It was from one of the early kills.
Maybe. I was holding on to it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So we're starting in the bottom right corner of 6. Oh, we were ladder block.
This was the block. Okay, ladder block.
We have the compass now, so the Triforce is going to be pretty easy to get to. It's only 1 or 2 rooms north of here. The question, though, remains, we don't know where the raft is.
Could be right here. Could be right here. Nope, transport. He knows what the Triforce is, so he doesn't want to take the transport for clear reasons. He's going to check out everything in this area, then get the Triforce. Now, I believe this is where the compass leads.
Yes,
and it's a blue Dark Nut room. I think he might wait to...
This is the room Sea Falcon was in earlier, the more I think about it.
Yeah. I have a feeling he's not going to want to clear this immediately, but we'll see. He may reset the room because he's down to 1 heart. He may kill 2 or 3 and then leave to reset the room and come back when he has more health. That's a possible option if you don't feel confident taking out the room in 1 shot. He did get another heart there, though.
Not going to help him against Blue Darkness, though.
Nope, not at all. And
1 kill, you're right.
Yep, I called that one, so he's out of there. Dig Dog really just likes all kinds of music. I'm surprised he didn't stab him. If you heard that song, by the way, play Name That Tune. I didn't get a good listen to it.
Da, 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 da. I believe that's a Pokemon Center.
It sounds like it.
Oh, 6, full of dark nuts and likes.
So we'll try and listen for that tune again when we go to level 7, because we will definitely hear it then. We know it's under the lake.
Armored pancakes here in level 6.
I tried to take another look at the side of our map. Sea Falcon and Antlers already have the level 6 Triforce, so they did get to this point. I just don't recall seeing an item out of here yet.
Yeah, we must have seen something. There's probably a heart somewhere. Sea Falcon finding that disappointing Book of 8. I'm a sock picking up the staircase heart container in 5.
Yep. I was just going to point that out myself. I saw that too. And Sea Falcon finds the Patcher in level 8 and says, I don't want to deal with you. And then says, okay, I guess I have to deal with you.
Yeah, just because it's being brought up in chat, for all randomizer seats, unless you explicitly turn this one off, important items can't be a 9. Magic Boomerang in 6, by the way. There are a few important items that can't ever be in level 9. The ladder, the raft, the recorder. I want to say the power bracelet.
I think the power bracelet will be one of them. Oh, for sure.
In a normal setting, especially with Cave Shuffle, those might be needed to find things. So we're not going to put them in 9 just in case they're blocking a dungeon. Silver arrows, of course, in 9 in vanilla can be in 9 in Randomizer.
Yes, that was a power bracelet.
Yep, on the floor in 6. Not really incredibly useful in this flag set. It's with Cave Shuffle turned off, the only thing you're going to find down there are the any roads. Especially with the recorder, they lose a lot of their utility, but you never know.
Yeah, we know exactly where the any roads are. We know exactly where the any roads lead you. That doesn't change. So that's all the power bracelet really does in this flag set. It's not really important unless you don't have the recorder and you need some fast travel.
Yep, and even then, it's mostly useful, I feel like, for 6, maybe for getting up to the Lost Wood. The Lost Hills, I should say. Lost Hills, not the Lost Woods.
Yep. Perfect.
So let's see, where's Ice Blue going? I'm guessing to 3 to get to 7. Oh, Ice Blue hasn't been in 8 yet.
Well, Imasak is back in level 1. Still needs the ladder, it looks like. Still needs the ladder.
Is Imasak ladderless? And we just haven't even noticed.
But Imasak was in... Was it Ice Blue? No, Ice Blue. It was Ice Blue who was in 6. Never mind. So Imasak might be without the ladder.
Yeah, Imasak just walked right up against some of those ladders. You saw the walking animation, no ladder appearing. So Imasak looking for the staircase in level 1 still. Ice Blue's gonna pick up the book.
You gotta respect that he's a fan of reading.
That thing's a collectible.
No one wants it, so they all end up getting destroyed, and there's only a few left in the world. So he can sell that for a lot of money to collector.
And you can see the book's effect creating the fires on the ground. Ice Blue picking up the wooden boomerang as well on the floor in level 8. Ice Blue on the level of misfit items here, except for that red ring. That's a good one.
And there's your flute song again.
Imasak finding the staircase in level 1, which we know for a non-segmented one is going to be the item.
And having been here earlier, I'm sure he's not very happy that he's only getting that now. But again, to be honest, I'm not the most skilled player myself. I could possibly look at that and say, yeah, I'll do that later. And then I'd be doing the same thing. So I can't really question that. Wizrobes are hard to deal with. And going through the dungeon is not a picnic in that sense.
Agreed. I'm guessing he has the Triforce. I'm not sure if we've seen it per se, but the way he's running away from level 1 at this point seems likely. Antler's killing that Gleeok in level 5. That's just in an awful spot in the NSU room. Yeah, getting a Triforce.
That's a horrible room for certain boss fights, and Golema blocking the way is another one of those fights that can be really annoying there. But Gleeok especially, those heads just cover everything.
Alright, and Antler's gonna be disappointed by the red candle in a second, and I guess from there we're gonna find out, where does Antlers want to go?
What do you mean? He loves red candles. Watch, he's gonna pick it up right now. See?
Nice. Well, I mean, as long as you're there. It would be rude to leave without it.
Yeah, it'd be rude. That's why you pick up the book when you see it.
Let's not push it here. Antlers, I'm guessing, is on the way to level 7. Walking through the Deadwoods here. So we are going to get to see something new on the stream. Still looking for the raft. I'm trying to think, have we found every item in most of the dungeons we've seen?
Well, looking at the tracker in the middle of our screen, all items except the raft and the white sword have been found. Now, magical sword is not there because we know where that is. That's not on our tracker. You need 10 hearts for it anyway, which our runners do not possibly have the option of doing right now. So they are all on wood sword. They still will be looking for that white sword. But other than that, it is just the raft and any other heart containers.
Yep, lots of heart containers in this item shuffle. Ah, shooting 7. The vertical shoot room's hiding out there. I think that's going into a dead end maybe too. This map for 7 is just absurd.
That could be a dead end. Very possible.
Compass is a great find here in level 7.
Link,
You
I am
want to
your
know
boss.
where to go,
Yeah.
but we're still going to need that raft at this point.
Yeah, so even though we know where the Triforce is, the odds are very good at this point the raft could be in here because we are running out of places where it could be. But at the same time, are there any locations that we have not checked fully and cleared out fully yet? Or is this really all that's left?
I want to say this is it.
8 is completely cleared out. It is 3 unique items. That you can see on the tracker. We had the book, we had the boomerang, and the red ring. In fact, let's review what we do know so far. Not counting the heart containers, of course, which I'll cover a couple of those. We have in level 1, we had the bow and the ladder. We had level 2, you can see we had the magic key, or the any key, and the magic rod. We have level 3 had the silver arrows. 4 and 5 don't have anything of importance, and we know for sure 5 just had hearts. But 4 to our knowledge also didn't have anything of importance. 6 had the power bracelet, the croissant, and the magical boomerang. 7 we're still finding out. 8 had the red ring, Book of Medora. No, not Book of Medora. It's just a magic book. And the,
it might be the Book of
it might be
Medora.
the
They
same
never
book.
really
I
say
don't
what
know.
it is.
It might be the same book.
Imagine the lore.
The lore would be amazing if that's the Book of Medora. And the Lord Banana, the regular boomerang. Now, we don't know what level 9 has. White Sword could be in level 9 for all we know, so we may not even find it until we get to level 9. But that would be nice to have when we get to Ganon, obviously.
Yep. Always good to have some extra offense for Ganon so you don't have to get a 15-hit stun lock with a wood sword.
And there's the magic boomerang for Sea Falcon. He says, nope.
Antlers killing some blue dark nuts, getting nothing for his trouble. Although the next room does have a staircase in it if we can get through the danger noodles here.
According to a comment in chat, in the manual, the book is called the Bible. I don't know if that's true.
I'm going to have to go and find my manual.
I have to look for that PDF of the manual now and confirm that.
I've got it somewhere in the other room. The only problem is I know I lost the cover long ago.
I think I got a used one. I never got a manual for that one. I do have a lot of NES manuals, though. That is definitely the Pokemon Center.
Antlers, knowing where he is in the level 7 map, bombing further and further to the right, not finding anything guaranteed. Although without a floor item find, you still got to clear out the room just in case.
I'm going to stalk also find the magic boomerang and saying no thanks.
So you see, we have 3 runners here in level 7 now, and wouldn't you know, Blue Dark Nuts guard a floor drop called the Raft in level 7.
Oh, so there is our raft, and that is effectively,
Yep.
Even though Antlers does not, sorry, who got the raft here? Was it
Antlers
who
has
got
the
it?
raft.
Yeah, so even though he doesn't have the magical key, and he's the only runner who does not have the magical key, he is otherwise effectively in go mode. But will that lack of the magical key hurt him later from a key perspective? We're going to have to find out.
The A next to the key icon on his screen says no.
Oh, wait! It is not marked on the tracker. Never mind. He does have the magical key.
Ice Blue does pick up the white sword in level 7 as well, so that's our staircase item for level 7. Level 7,
Wow.
Good level to find items in today.
So we know
So
that
Antlers is
anything
making
else
a
is...
beeline for that Triforce screen in basically Triforce in go mode at this point.
Yeah,
Just
we
needs
know-
to get into level.
I was just going to say, we now know that everything else that is not collected is a heart container, so we don't have to look for items anymore unless you want more health. And the odds are a lot of our runners are okay with 8 health, so this isn't going to be a very healthy seed.
Antlers killing these red dark nuts, hoping to get a bomb drop because he's out of bomb. Not getting any luck there, so just grabbing the Triforce. I'm not sure if we which shops are the bomb shops. There's 2 shops near level 7 on the walk towards level 4. And a 3rd shop near start, so
Well, he still has
kind of unlucky if none of them have bombs.
Well, I'm trying to get a glimpse right now to see if Antlers has level 2 clear, because we don't have it marked on his tracker. And I'm trying to get a confirmation of that before I say for sure. But assuming he does not have it cleared, that would leave level 4 as the only dungeon he has left to clear, aside from level 2. So,
Given the presence of the any key and the magical rod, I have to assume 2 is cleared and we just missed it. You know, trying to track 4 runners at once, not the
I
easiest
believe
thing
so,
in the world.
too.
Shouts to all our volunteers here tonight. Antlers trying to find bombs to buy.
And speaking of our tracker, that is, I hope I'm saying this correctly, Threech, who is our tracker tonight, doing all the work trying to keep that updated. It is hard to track 4 runners at once, as you said, so thank you for that effort.
Have you seen this rare shop? 1 rupee bombs, 1 rupee hearts too, just in case you need them. Rookie bombs are here tonight, everybody.
Yeah, these are the cheapest explosives you're ever going to find.
Surplus.
The bargain discount explosives.
There must be a tournament sale going on. It's the only thing I can think of.
So many runners, of course they can sell them for a fraction of the price.
Starting in the top left of level 4. So if you don't find anything in one direction, pretty easy to up an A, save and quit, get back to the start there, just go the other way. And with the red ring, you're not really concerned with your health total. That defense will take care of any problems you find. Lots of rooms up here, though. Nothing useful yet. Just need a Triforce to get into 9. That's all we need. Do find a compass, though.
Apparently, Antlers enjoys the scenic route, according to the old man, and doesn't like that route, but does find the Triforce is nearby, is going to go straight to it, not going to waste any time here. Doesn't need anything else. Takes the fire damage. I don't believe that was intentional, but he's getting the Triforce anyway, so it doesn't matter. Sea Falcon does get his Triforce from level 7, so that clears that one. He still also has level 4. He did get his raft. He's on his way there. And I have to see if Antlers did complete level 2 or not. If he goes to level 9, then that means he completed level 2 somewhere.
Yep. Showing up at level 1 implies we're going to 9.
Yeah, that implies level 9, because that's the closest level, I think, to that, aside from the Lost Hills. And that's still a bit of a walk.
So Antlers is going to be in 9 first. When we do get into level 9, we're going to be looking for a few things, really just listening for them at this point. We're listening to see where's Ganon. Turns out if you're in the room next to Ganon, you're going to hear Ganon screaming through the walls. Although you do have to be a little careful if there's another boss enemy in a room that boss doesn't scream louder than Ganon does. We're also going to be looking to see, is there a shutter door that doesn't open, even if all enemies in the room are defeated? If we find that, and there's no other push blocks or other evident reason for it to be closed, that means the kidnapped is on the other side of that door. Both of those things needed to clear the game. Got to kill the beast, got to rescue the kidnapped.
So he moved the audio over to Antlers. We're going to be listening with him for the roar of that pig, and that will tell us that he is close to Ganon at that point, as was just explained by Mr. Cab. So we are going to be following his audio for his finish here.
Did that door stay closed?
Let me take another look on the replay here to confirm. That door is closed.
Ooh, easy find for the kidnapped.
Looks like it.
So this being the first quest, level 9, there's going to be 6 pairs of transport staircases that go with the 2 items, which at this point, their heart can... Don't need them with the red ring and this many hearts.
Yeah, we're not going to be too worried about them at this point.
Just going to be playing the game of where's the bomb hole.
Now it looks like... sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Antlers has
go ahead.
The white sword, so he is going to be working on 15 hits to kill Ganon when we get there.
Ice Blue is the only one with a white sword right now, and nobody else seemingly going to take the shot at magical sword. Obviously, they haven't even gotten into that second row of hearts.
Yeah, they can't.
You do need between 10 and 14 hearts if you want a magical sword and a randomizer seed. These runners, confident in their skills, not even going for heart number 9.
Yes.
I think I hear something.
We did, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Ganon, and we are going... I'll talk about that in a second, but let's talk about Ganon first. 15 hits again. We're going to try and get him in a stun lock, but the fireballs are making that a little hard for Antlers right now. So we're on 3 hits right now. He takes a hit from a fireball. 4, 5, we got a stun lock. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 sword slashes. And we have bacon.
Sea Falcon's about to find out where the kidnapped is. Antlers, though, already knows where the kidnapped is and is about to go to that exact same room, which looks like it's just one room left and one room up.
Yeah, it's very close to the start. This is probably going to be GG for Antlers right here. So he's going to walk up. I think this... nope. Yeah, it was this room.
Yeah,
There's
there
the
it
door
is.
opening. And that is going to be the... Well, in a dark room, no less. With a
Close.
ladder block.
Oof.
So... let's get the time for Antlers, and we need to know the most important thing. Did Antlers win the race? He won on the restream, but did he win the race?
Antlers finished in second.
With a 45 minutes and 3 seconds. But it's going to be interesting reading this winning time, because this is a pretty darn good time. The winner with a time of 40 minutes and 27 seconds was RC Drone. Get your GGs in chat for him.
Very well done for 40 minutes. 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes faster than Antlers on the restream here. Must have just stumbled into items a lot faster. Either way, lots of good some hours times here.
Meanwhile, Antlers is already in the setup room. Didn't even have to wait to see if he wanted to join us. He's already waiting for us. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring him in. We'll just say GG Antlers. I didn't hear that.
Hey, thanks, guys.
GG.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So that seed seemed to flow very smoothly for you today, didn't it?
Yeah, outside of a little hang up in level 8, I full cleared that, but everything else I made the right calls on. So when I found that raft in like deep in level 7 on the floor, I knew I was going to be in pretty good shape.
MC Falcon in here to fight Ganon.
Now we're kind of concentrating on his Ganon fight right now, which is why we're not asking another question right now. He has got the stun lock in. He's probably going to be getting to 15 hits very shortly himself. By the way, did you know where the white... You didn't see the white sword, I don't think, right, Antlers?
Yeah, never got the white sword.
Yep, it was in level 7. It was the last item there.
Yeah, no way I was sticking around for that. That raft was my go mode. I was good
You
on.
found the raft first.
Was it in the top, or was it...
I'm not even sure. Ice Blue is the only one on the restream to pick it up.
Yeah, we didn't get to see
Anybody
another
else
look at it.
Got a raft, got out of there. Sea
Falcon's
finishing
finished.
above the Wi-Fi.
So we got to catch up because we got another finisher too. Sea Falcon was 4th place with a 47.25, just ahead of him. The creator, Fred Coughlin, with a time of 47 minutes and 2 seconds. And I don't want to jump ahead on this because I don't want to jump ahead of the restream here. So we'll come to that finisher in a moment. In the meantime, we will see if Sea Falcon wishes to join us and join our merry party here. And there's
Antlers,
Pokemon theme again.
You got anything else about this seed? Anything else kind of jump out at you while you're playing it?
No, there's gonna be some very disappointed people when they find that raft in level 7. Tell you that much. But yeah, I know a few certain specific people who might take a while to find that because of certain aversions to level 7. But it's,
Healthy
Indeed.
aversions to level 7.
Indeed. So let's catch up the finishers here. We have Yunos in 5th place with a 48.11. And XIC Blue just finished with a 48.37, 6th place. So we have 3 finishers on the restream in the top 6 in a 40-plus person race. That is a pretty good result for the restream so far tonight. So GG to everyone so far.
that sounds like we had a really good race on the restream. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a really good race on the restream, it looks like.
Really good. Everybody was kind of... The classic case of people kind of took different ways of getting there, kind of going to different places. But in general, nobody really jumped that far out in front, at least until you grabbed a raft on them.
Couple more finishers, JSR. And we're going to cover as many finishers as we can here while we're on the air. JSR finished in 7th with a 49.02. We have Chester with a 49.05. So that's 8 finishers so far.
We do have more people showing up here for interviews if we're ready for them.
Ice Blue has joined, and Sea Falcon. I'll go ahead and I'll just drag Sea Falcon in right now so we can hear the Pokemon Center theme again and wish both of them GG.
GG's.
Yo, GG's.
Hey,
GG's.
GG guys.
So what were your... let's start with... I think Sea Falcon finished 4th, Ice Blue 6th. So we'll start with Sea Falcon. What were your thoughts on that season?
Why did I go back on my gamble of level 6? It was the right play, and yet I was like, nope, I'm gonna go look there for the rat first at a 7. Why did I do that? That was unfortunate. I'm kind of mad at myself about that.
Exist.
Sorry.
Level 7 doesn't exist.
What is
Oh,
a
well.
Raft in 7?
It doesn't exist.
Exactly, what is it?
Unfortunately, level 7 just being the meme and having the thing you need in it seems to always be that way.
I was
Yeah.
just more disappointed in the fact that it was the floor drop and not the staircase item.
On a lighter note, that level 9 was very cooperative.
It was a very nice level 9. I agree with you. Zelda was found very quickly, a few rooms in, if you took the correct path, which you all did. And then Ganon wasn't too far away. Like, a lot of the level just remained unexplored on the restream.
I'm a Sock actually is making up for that. All the way over, it looks like in the west half of the dungeon. We know they're both kind of in the same vertical column on the east side.
I almost up-A'd after that second Aquamentus in 9. I was like, oh, I didn't hear Ganon. And then I was like, wait, let me go check that room again. And sure enough, I heard the Ganon roar, and I was like, wait a second. My only
Is it only Patras that have that kind of weird sound effect? Because I know with them you can hear Ganon roaring sometimes kind of just before Patra makes a sound.
I mean, Aquamentus also covers it as well because it's the same exact sound.
Yeah, if you can hear Ganon's roar for Aquamentus, I didn't hear it there. I killed the thing, left the room, and came back in on purpose to listen for it, so...
Yeah, that's exactly what I did too.
My only regret is that I didn't go back to 1 sooner after getting the any key in 2. So I missed out on getting a very early ladder.
Ooh.
Yeah, that ladder was very early save, but it was also guarded by one of the worst enemies in the game, so I can imagine there's going to be a few runners who are averse to wanting to do level 1 right away and then realize that's where they need to be. And Imasock actually did not get the ladder out of level 1 on the first visit, not because he was averse to the Wizrobes, because he did get the bow and did make other progress. He just had to come back for the ladder.
I'm pretty sure ladder was required too, right? Level 6 was hard ladder.
Yeah, level 6
Right.
you had to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it really early, so I just kind of
Yeah.
stopped paying attention.
Same, I got it first time in 1, although it was extremely painful from my perspective. The only few times I died in the seed were trying to get to that ladder, so...
Who else grabbed the book?
I think you were the only one on the restream.
Disappointment.
Yeah,
You might be the only one in the race.
we made sure to note your love for reading. We appreciate your love for reading.
You're an inspiration to viewers everywhere.
Teachers will value your contributions.
You gotta pick up the book. It's great
I think-
literature.
I think Imasock is near Ganon right now.
Does the book help you read Hylian?
No, but it helps me catch on fire.
You heard it here, folks. Reading is catching fire.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the book, but I had a brief 5-second stare down with Lord Banana when it dropped on the floor.
I got wide
Banana
banana.
brief?
Yeah, same. I did not mean to pick that up.
Yeah, I got wide banana and then lit myself on fire like 10 times on the Patra next door.
Completely unrelated, I'm sure.
It was because I was too busy
Imasock
reading.
is hearing Ganon. Imasock is hearing Ganon, by the way. So for the last time on the restream today, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon going for 15 hits once again.
I'm so glad I pulled Betty out of 7.
Oh, that was the other item that was in 7.
It
Yeah.
was.
I'm a
'Cause
sock getting a lot of hugs here.
Oh boy.
Got the stun lock though. If he can hold it, he knows where the girl is, and we'll be able to finish. In the meantime, let me check if we have any additional finishers, because we're going to see one from Imasock soon, so we should catch up. We are looking where we left off in 9th place. We had 51-51 for Angry Larry in 9th. Jay Coper in 10th with a 53-29. With a 54-52, Roo Slugs comes in 11th. Dig Shake at a 55-03. And we should be seeing a finish from Imasock in just a moment here, and we will see who else finishes around that time as well. So Imasock is in the girls' room right now. Puts out the fires. Is sniped by Redbird Grad in 13th place, 55-27, and Imasock with 55-28. Get your GGs in chat for everyone listed here. And Sis Crusher just put in a 56, 18, and 15. We'll wrap up there for covering, and we'll see if Imasock wants to join us to chat about the seed a little bit with everyone else. With that said, I want to point out on our schedule. I'm going to bring up the schedule if I can remember where I put it on my screen here, but I do have the schedule loaded.
You just hate to see those snipes.
So we have another, I want to say 6 races this week?
Yeah, 6 more races. There's the schedule. I found it. So we have 6 more races scheduled for this week. I'm going to cover, let's just cover all of them, because they're going to be between Randomania and Speed Gaming. So
before you do that, real quick, I'm going to tell you guys goodbye.
Yes, thank you. Everybody. Thank you for joining us, and GG.
Thanks.
Have a good night, everybody.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna also step out as well. Good night, guys.
Thank you. No problem. GG.
Good night, Antlers and Nice Blue. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
I'll hang with you guys for another minute.
I guess
Are you
that's
leaving
all right.
too? Oh, you're staying?
No, I said I'll hang for another minute. You know,
No problem.
Cab and I can just banter back and forth about something if you want, like we normally do.
And yeah, we'll see if Imasock wants to join us again. So covering the schedule quickly before Imasock comes in. Tomorrow we do have our next race of these 8 this week. It's on Randomania 2. And again, we don't know who's going to be restreamed yet. We're going to pick from whoever joins. So that's going to be at 7 o'clock on Randomania 2.
On Tuesday.
So again, yeah, tomorrow, technically tonight, since it's now on the East Coast, August 20th. August 21st, which is Wednesday, we're going to have another race here on Speed Gaming, and that's on Speed Gaming 2 that is scheduled for. That's going to be actually during the day. That's going to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
These times are all Eastern time, just so you know. So that 1 o'clock race, more in the evening if you're in the European mines.
Yeah, that's literally about, if you're in the UK, that would be about 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock for the rest of Europe, correct. August 22nd, we have a race at 24-hour time at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be overnight in Europe. You're probably not going to want to watch that one live. August 23rd, we have... Oh, by the way, that was on main Speed Gaming channel. That one's on the main Speed Gaming channel. So the previous one was Speed Gaming 2 on the 21st at 1 o'clock. Speed Gaming main channel at 11 o'clock, August 22nd. August 23rd at 8:30, we have one on Randomania, another on Randomania at 12 o'clock on August 24th. And the same day, back here on Speed Gaming 2, we have one at 9 o'clock that evening, 9 hours later, to wrap up the Week 1 flags. That will take all of Week 1. And then we'll finish that off with a showcase race of the Week 3 flags on another channel later that evening. So about 10 o'clock that evening. So with that said, is Imasock joined us now?
Imasock is here, I think.
I am.
GG.
Thank you. GG Falcon.
GG, I'm a sock.
So you're the only person I can really ask this question to. What was it like going into level 6 and finding you needed the ladder?
As expected, it was kind of disappointing, but you know, that's how these flags go.
Yeah, the ladder was, again, a very early pickup in level 1. Obviously, you did go back and get that. But were the Darknuts, or not the Darknuts, were the Wizrobes an aversion to fully digging the level at first? Were you having some difficulty with the level? Or was it just a case where you thought, if there's another item, I can get it later?
Well, it was kind of both. It was just kind of messy being in there with such low life, and for whatever reason, I couldn't seem to get around the traps and the blue Wizrobe that was there to get to a reasonable position, and I don't know if I had enough bombs. I can't remember. I would have sat at the lower door and done that, taking care of him that way, but it just wasn't working out for me, so I said, you know what,
But other than that, how did you find the rest of the seed?
It was okay. Level 8 was kind of obnoxious, but I don't know. I think it just came down to execution, and I don't think I performed in that department very well. So it is.
Mr. Gab, you can ask a question if you want.
No, I'm like without questions at this point. I know you're the only person to kind of investigate the west side of level 9. Unfortunately, like what was your strategy going in there? Was it just staircase or?
I was just trying to take a path that I could hear the most rooms for a potential Ganon at that point, and that was the direction that I kind of led. So.
Yeah, I know randomizer sometimes just goes that way.
Yeah, it wasn't a fantastic 9, but
Sometimes that will happen too. There's not every level 9 is going to be good, but this was a pretty benign level 9. If you found that path past the girls' room right away and then found Ganon through the Aqua Menace, you had a pretty good idea how to finish that level quickly. Of course, as any 9 can be, 9 is the great equalizer after all. Any 9, if you take the wrong path, you can end up anywhere.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this 9 was that almost everything was accessible without the use of stairs. And so usually what happens is if I get blocked, I'll take a stair. But I had options, so I continued. And that was just kind of the way it was.
Yep, and that seems to be what all the runners did. Everyone found the girl very quickly, obviously, and then Ganon very soon thereafter. So it was a very quick 9. In fact, I think you saw the winning time in the channel was a 40:27, I think I said it was, or a 40:26, something like that. So almost a sub 40 in fantasy.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those seeds lately. I think the 2 that were yesterday were almost just as equally as fast. So it's pretty impressive what these guys can do.
Any other thoughts going into the next time? Are you racing tomorrow?
I don't know what time is the race tomorrow. Isn't it like a early afternoon?
We just had this up. Too.
I just brought it back up. It's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Or no, 7 o'clock in the evening. The next one after that is 1 in the afternoon. So yeah, tomorrow 7 in the evening Eastern time.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to make that one. So.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming you obviously will participate in another qualifier or more along the way here. Any other thoughts going into the other qualifiers this week?
Not to go slow. That's about it.
Hey, strategy.
Yeah, less deaths and more speed. That's it, right there. That's how you win.
Less death, more walking. Any last thoughts from you, Sea Falcon?
Well, first, think after finishing 6th and 4th in the first 2 qualifiers, I'm gonna take a break and join everyone in chat for the race tomorrow night. My only thought is better gambling. Like, if make gambles, stick to it.
That sounds good to me.
Gotta commit.
Indeed.
Yeah, once I saw that 1 had the ladder after coming back to it, I'm like, well, that does it for me. Because you had everything you needed right after that, 1 and 3, and it was like, those were the 2 closest things, and yeah. So, it was unfortunate, but I knew my fate was sealed as soon as I saw it.
Well, I want to wish you both congratulations again in finishing. There were 40 people in this race, 40 plus people in this race. So obviously, anywhere in the top 15 is good, and we had everyone in the top 15 on the restream today. So congratulations to everyone on the restream tonight, both of you, and of course our other runners as well, on finishing in very good placement in the seat tonight. Very good race.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So, again, make sure you follow all of the runners. And we'll get their runner links in chat here again very, very quickly. I'll just type that in right now and get those in chat. So you can see their runner links just as you see them. Antlers 40. They're not in the order that you see them on the screen, but Antlers 44, Sea Falcon 7, X-Ice Blue, and I'm a Sock. If you're watching on YouTube, go to twitch.tv, followed by any of those names I just read. And you can go to their channels, watch them either in their races or any other things they do on their stream. And I know, for example, X-Ice Blue also plays Final Fantasy Randomizer, so you can see him doing some of that as well. So some of our runners are multi-talented, play multiple games. Definitely feel free to check them all out on their streams and see what else they do. I'm sure they'd love to have you there. You can also make sure to follow my co-commentator, Mr. Cab, as well. I'm going to get his proper name in the chat here, Mr. Cab 55.
55.
And also our tracker, Threach, which is not on the screen, so I'll spell THREACH is our tracker's name. Thank you so much for doing the tracking for us tonight as well. If you do want to watch anything else going on live right now, I do want to make mention of a current event on the live end. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, regardless of what I say, the next thing you're going to see is the next qualifier in this series. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, on the live end, we do have the Ocarina of Time randomizer tournament qualifiers for the Speed Gaming live event going on right now on the main channel. We're probably going to host over to that when we're done here. So we can follow up on that as well. I just brought up to see where they're at. They're about an hour and 45 minutes into the race. All 4 runners on the restream are still going. So that race is not over yet. Definitely worth checking that out and see how that finishes. So in the meantime, looking at the schedule here on the Speed Gaming for tomorrow, or tonight, I guess is the best way to put it. The Cars Glitches Speedrun Tournament, I think the first race in that. I don't think I've seen any races in this yet. So I think that's the debut race of the Cars Glitches Speedrun Tournament. Cars is in the movie Cars, their video game. So that starts at 11 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. Again, in UK, that's 4 o'clock. Rest of Europe, 5 o'clock in the evening or afternoon. There's another Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Open Race at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Final Fantasy Total Chaos Tournament 5:30 in the afternoon. Metroid Prime at 6 o'clock. And other events going on. More Final Fantasy, Zelda 2 Randomizer Weekly Race, more Metroid Prime. Lots of events going on tomorrow. None of the channels are assigned for this yet, so stay tuned for the listings on that. You can go to speedgaming.org/schedule for more on that. I don't know if it works right now, but usually !schedule in chat will do that as well. But speedgaming.org/schedule, you get that information. Any last thoughts from you, Mr. Cap, before we wrap up?
No, I think you got it wrapped up. Just the only thing I wanted to throw out there, we are kind of doing our seeding for the tournament based on these qualifiers. So that's really what we're racing for here. It's good to get these good times in. Just get those spots in the bracket lined up in your favor. That's all I really got, though. So,
indeed,
thank you.
We look forward to seeing all the races here. And by the way, I say you normally just make sure to follow Speed Gaming C Game 2 through 6 to find out when all these events come on. But because we're also showing these races on Randomania, make sure you follow Randomania and Randomania 2 through 4 as well. That way you can keep tabs on the other races in this tournament as well. We want to make sure you have the opportunity to see all the races, so make sure you go over there and watch them as well. And I'm sure they'd love to have you over there as well on the Randomania end. So with that said, I don't think there's much else for us to talk about here. So I will just say thank you for joining us here. And we look forward to seeing you next time from our international broadcast tower here at the top of Death Mountain. I'm going to let Mr. Cab take us out here. I'm just going to say good night. Thank you, chat. If it wasn't for you, we'd just be sitting here talking to ourselves, which is kind of what we're doing. So thank you for watching us talk to ourselves. Have a good night. And you can take us home, Mr. Cab.
No, I think you said it better than anything I could say. Just have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.